to Powerful Couple Journey, where we talk about our day to day lives here in the US, and most especially when it comes to the DIY immigration process. For today's video, we are going to talk about how can this new or revised skills list by country could affect you as a J1, especially if you're a J1 teacher from the country just like the Philippines. Starting December 9, 2024, that was yesterday, they have revised the skills list and they have based on the GDP of each country, which means China, India, South Korea, and some other countries or beyond that is no longer subject to the 2-1-2-year rule, 2-year home residency requirement. However, if you are from the Philippines, just like a J1 teacher, you will consider looking at your savvies if you are subject to the skills list like 13.01 since it is not part anymore of the list like education. But most likely, if you are an elementary teacher, high school teacher, it's still part of the skills list. So if that is one of you, you have to secure an advisory opinion. It is free with the Department of State. All you have to do is to follow their prompt. You can go to travel.state.gov. You can submit it anytime you want. It will not hurt you because you are just doing your due diligence and you are submitting it by yourself. And it will take 2 to 4 months before it will have the result. So based on the travel.state.gov U.S. Department of State Bureau of Consular Affairs online portal, the exchange visitor skills list may differ from country to country. To access the skills list for the countries listed below in the general skills list, please visit the Federal Register website, one of which is the Philippines. So if you are from the country, the Philippines, just make sure that you have your advisory opinion. That way you know if you're a subject or not subject. Most of us from the Philippines, we have a visa stamp that says bearer is subject to the 2-1-2-E rule to your home residency requirement, and it's also posted or stamped in our DS 2019. So if you wanted to know if you're still subject or not, based on the revised skills list, then get an advisory opinion. If you wanted to know about the discussions that we have earlier or wanted to participate, please go to Helping Hands, J1 Waiver Helping Hands group in our Facebook group. Please agree to group rules. That way, I, as your admin, will accept you immediately. And we are helping a lot of J1 teachers. Thank you for those that are watching that are having the ideas on how to do their advisory opinion. Some of them are scared to submit it because they're thinking that, oh, maybe we can do it after our extension. No, advisor's opinion will not hurt you. Your visa sponsor will not even know that you submit your advisory opinion. It's not that you wanting to submit the waiver right away. That's another story because we know that API, that is an Education Partners Institute or something like that. That's the meaning they have. They are very strict. Hi, Justin. Thank you so much for watching this live video. I appreciate you coming here. We are talking about the revised skills list when it comes to J1 visa holders. So they are very strict when it comes to the people in their community or in their visa sponsorship if they would like to submit the waiver because they wanted to protect the integrity of the J1 visa program. So if you are part of the EPI, just do extra um, things that you could become discreet with your visa sponsor. But if you are with other visa sponsor like CICD or Intrax, just like I have before, then you can submit it anytime. And all you need to do is to pay for the um, mailing or those kind of fees, but the forms and online is free when it comes to advice or opinion. I used to be a J1 teacher from the Philippines, teaching since 2019 to 2023. I am happy that I was able to find my partner here with the help of the Lord here in Florida. And now I got my J1 waiver, then green card, and now helping other J1 teachers through J1 Waiver Helping Hands group. And if you are looking for templates on how to do your J1 waiver to do it yourself process, hi Fortnite King 11. Yeah, I used to teach kindergarten. I also taught um, third, fourth, and fifth grade. And it's a nice experience, although it's stressful. So I chose to work in the office now. And it really depends on the level of anxiety that you can really surpass. It's really hard to teach in the US. If ever you have the courage to do it, I salute you. And the pay is very appealing. So, yes, I used to teach kindergarten and they're so cute and they're really nice to be around since they are happy spirit kind of kids. So it is very crucial at this stage. If you wanted to do it yourself, you can. We did it ourselves. We don't have an immigration lawyer. My husband William and I were helping each other to accumulate all the templates that we have in powerfulcouplejourney.com. We even have our J1 waiver bundle that we are sharing to you on how I did it from start to finish and all the videos that we are creating here in our YouTube channel, Powerful Couple Journey. We hope that you will like, share, subscribe. That way, we could also share this to other people who are looking for ways on how to get rid of the 212 rule. Because, as they said, as a J1 teacher or a J1 visa holder, it is like a cancer. It's kind of like if you wanted to stay here longer, you can't. Especially if you're a J1 teacher, you only have 3 years to 5 years to teach here. Then you have to fulfill the 2 years, and then after that, you can come back here in the US. But some of the J1 teachers that we know of, they gave other ways to do, like other pathways of going to other countries like the UK or Ireland or Zealand. They are hiring English teachers, and once you're proficient with that one, you will have a chance to teach there. And after, I guess, 2 to 3 years, they said you're gonna get residency. So how blessed you are if you are really thriving here in the US and after 5 years you can jump to another country if you don't want to go back to the Philippines yet, then find other greener pasture that will help you with residency. Because here in America, it's very hard to get, not unless you have pathways to do it. Like if you are part of the BIE school or the Bureau of Indian Education, where there are a lot of Native Indians, I mean Native Americans in your school and your school district knows already the process, then they can help you process your J1 waiver and it will not take over a year. If you are looking for exceptional hardship waiver, then it's through your US citizen spouse or legal permanent resident spouse or US born citizen child. It really is important to know those important details when it comes to exceptional hardship because there are some lawyers that are just taking your money. I'm sorry to say this, and they don't even know what they're doing. So it's very crucial at this stage to know what are the step by step process. Watch our videos here because we are showing to you how we do it and how we were able to get the green card and now sharing our ideas to our J1 teacher friends through J1 Waiver Helping Hands group in Facebook. Again, agree to group rules and you will be accepted immediately. Justin and Fortnite King 11, thank you for being here. Then, what are the things that we have to consider? If you are an education teacher, think of this save a lot of money. If you can have low cost living in your area and you can do carpool, that is great. I even know some J1 teachers here in Central Florida where they live. They are living in one bedroom house. It's a house that they rented, but there's a family member there too. So they are renting the house for, I mean, a certain room for, get this, $1,000 each of them. But they already have all the food, um, carpool, and um, all the expenses, utilities is included. So, like for example, if you are having $5,000, that's your net pay, and you're only spending $1,000 for your monthly expenses, including your food, your shelter, transportation. That's already a good deal. You can save $4,000, or if you will send some of them to your family in the Philippines or any other countries, that's already a big money there. If you convert that one to Philippine peso, that will be $57 or $58. Multiply that with $4,000, I mean pesos. Multiply that with $4,000. $4,000 times 57. That's a big money already. So save, especially if you don't have any pathways to get your J1 waiver. And now we will have a new president in January 2025. Then he will really be strict when it comes to the immigration. But if you came here legally, then you don't have to worry, because legalization for our new president here in the US is really important to him. And we follow the rules when we had our do it yourself process when it comes to the DIY J1 waiver. So if you can do it, of course, it's really gonna be stressful. However, when you prepare ahead of time, like for example, you are on an engagement stage and you are on your third, fourth, or fifth year, just make sure you have your joint bank accounts and commingling, because those are very important. So if I were you, start doing it if you are wanting to do the J1 waiver yourself, or if you wanted to have an immigration lawyer for legal advice, that will be great. However, most immigration lawyers would say do your waiver first and do not even attempt to submit your Form I-485 adjustment of status and or your work permit. But we all know we need to work. And some of them would say, oh, just continue with your J1 visa sponsorship, which is correct. That's very correct. I did it on my own. I have my work permit plus rather my visa sponsorship. So it's like dual or double purpose. That way, I'm still going to be on status while on the process of my J1 waiver and adjustment of status. But still, we know that we need our money to pay our bills and to send money back home. And that's who we are, Filipinos. So if I were you, continue doing your best. And if you are both single prior to getting married, just like what we did, no kids, no strings attached, then you can do it yourself. And I hate to break this up to you, but exceptional hardship waiver is possible once you're married to a US citizen. And it's a case to case basis because they're looking for the totality of circumstances. It's not just based on financial hardship or emotional hardship, it's the totality. Like, what are the hardships that your US citizen spouse will encounter if he or she will stay here in the US or will relocate with you to your home country, just like the Philippines? So, state all the facts, state all your evidences, because it's not just about your love story, it's about your evidences. And always put this in mind: USCIS and Department of State is not your friend, especially the USCIS. They're going to be scrutinizing all your papers. And once you give them all the information, sometimes you're still going to ask for an RFE or request for evidence. Once you get that one, don't panic. Before I did, because I was like, oh my gosh, we overwhelmed them with evidences, but now they're still asking for more. But you know what? Later on, I realized RFE is very crucial because they are looking at other angles for them to really agree to you stating that your US citizen spouse will have hardship. So they're gonna state, based on your own unique experience and your first documents, what are the information they're needing? What are the information that they feel you have the hardship? Give them lots of evidences, detailed budget, statement, joint bank accounts, joint tax forms, psychological evaluation, letters from friends and family. What else? Medical doctor's appointments, if ever. Those are the things that you can discuss. Employment hardship. So, what are the rejection letters that you receive as a J1 teacher? Because we all know from the Philippines, we resigned already. Once we go back there, we're going to have to start all over again from the very bottom. Even though we have our license, we are an international teacher, it doesn't matter. Not unless you're already a principal, then you can go back as a principal one. And that's the rule. So look at the angles about rejection letters and stuff like that. Those are the very crucial things you can have. And make sure you also message the EVP or Exchange Visitor Program if you have the chance to go back to the Philippines and apply. And if they said, oh, you're not an OFW, then screenshot all their letters or emails to you, and that is part of your evidence. I did that. And don't you know, I don't even know what kind of hardship did the USCIS and Department of State found favorable recommendation on our papers. You know why? Because we're looking at the totality of circumstances and not just one hardship. So overwhelm the USCIS with the hardship that you have, and that is through the Form I-612 with the USCIS and Department of State with the DS-3035. They go hand in hand. I hate to break this up to you. Marrying a US citizen is one way to get an exceptional hardship. I even have teacher friends who submitted persecution waiver because they got married to same sex here in America, either Filipino to US citizen or Filipino to Filipino. I cannot vouch on that one, but they had it. They done it, and some of them are successful. So think of your statement. Think of your statement of reasons as a thesis that you are submitting to your final review when it comes to dissertation or things like that. So it has to be more compelling and it has to have a lot of essence and evidences. Because think of this, it's your case that you are submitting to the USCIS. And I'm so thankful that my husband is very articulate when it comes to the words. He even says that it's a battle of semantics. And I like that because he's really good when it comes to writing. And I just write all the details and he polished the words. And now we were able to produce the J1 waiver bundle through powerfulcouplejourney.com. And the proceeds that we have there are we're sharing it to the mountain pastors that we are supporting in the Philippines. And thank you so much for those who believe with our website that it helped them and we were able to give them ideas based on the templates that we are sharing. So thank you so much and please don't forget to like, share, subscribe to our YouTube channel. That way we could share a lot of ideas to other J1 teacher friends. And please, if your friends would like to join our J1 River Helping Hands group, we are over 3,500 members already from different countries, but most likely from the Philippines. Then let them agree to group rules. That way, I will accept them immediately. Thank you so much for being here. I will always give insights and ideas. If ever you have questions, don't forget to DM and ask me questions. Communicate through powerfulcouplejourney.com. Give your contact information and we're going to exchange messages. And again, please always support this channel. That way we could have broader audience when it comes to J1 waiver DIY process. Thank you so much. God bless and see you on my next video. Bye.